thank you so much for coming to chat to us. So could we just start off, could you give us your name and the company that you work for?
Yeah, absolutely. Karan Jain, I'm from NayaOne.
Fantastic. And can you talk a little bit about NayaOne?
Yeah, sure. So we're a digital transformation platform. We work with banks and insurance companies. We give them a platform that enables them to accelerate their digital transformation journeys. The USP is we help them leverage the fintech ecosystem.
And what brings you to Finovate this year?
Yeah, it was a very last minute decision. But I'm glad we're here because we've got so many customers, partners that are here, and that's how we found out about it. The content looks really rich, and there's really good, high quality people. I mean, it's only just the morning, and we've met so many people.
Fantastic. So, what's one big challenge that you've seen in the fintech ecosystem?
So one thing that I've been pondering lately, right? So specifically speaking about the UK and the European tech ecosystem in the financial services space, there's a lot of good talent. Right? There's a lot of financial services, there's a lot of tech, there's a lot of good talent. There's no shortage of people coming up with ideas and actually building good fintechs. Then you have a really vibrant VC ecosystem that fuels the good ideas that are coming through. And what I'm finding is that there's a consumption issue. So you've got good ideas, good people, pumping out good fintechs, you got good capital available to fuel those ideas. You've got a lot of financial services organizations that need these ideas to partner with to go serve their customers to the next level. There's a consumption issue. To push all these good ideas coming through into financial services, that's where we are bottlenecked at an ecosystem level, in my opinion. So that's something I'm thinking long and hard about at the moment. How do we, as an industry, unlock that, unblock that? And I think unblocking that is good for the financial services because they're better able to serve their customers. It's help them make more money, help them manage their money better, help them from a risk management side, but also actually fuel the next generation of fintechs that are coming through. So that's something that I'd say at an ecosystem level that I'm thinking about to unlock.
Fantastic. And so can you just talk a little bit about what's coming next for NayaOne over the next year or so?
Yeah, year in startup life is like 10 years.
Right.
So probably from a next quarter point of view, so we've got a healthy dose of UK financial services that are using the platform at the moment. We've got about 220 different tech providers that are so that ranges from like your listed companies like Wise all the way down to some really cool ideas that are coming through. What we're focused in, how do we make this tech more accessible to the financial services organizations? So we're working on a marketplace that not only leverages things like Crunchbase and other data sources, but actually starts to talk about what are some of the use cases that these companies are good for? What are some of the customers to basically inspire the product innovation and tech teams to see how they could be using these fintechs to accelerate their digital transformation.
I mean, you mentioned before about the startups and kind of the difficulty of getting into the industry. What do you think that there's a good education system that's supporting that, or?
That's a great question. Yeah. I haven't thought about it that way. Although I do see so kind of had an unfair advantage myself because I'm an ex-banker technologist. I kind of know how the banks work, how the organizations work. What does things like enterprise readiness mean? But I find a lot of companies would enter with great ideas, especially in B2B space, but trying to navigate a bank is a really hard exercise, right? Trying to find the right buyer, trying to go through the procurement process, cloud security architecture. It's a process, and rightfully so, because banks want to protect their, protect their risk exposure, so they need to do third-party risk management. That's important. So something that's not in the next 3 months, but we're working through and thinking through is enterprise readiness, and what does that mean? I think there's a bunch of activities that are spinning up that are at the curriculum level. There's plenty of universities that are helping entrepreneurs and innovators, but I think in terms of practically taking a good idea that's well funded, got some traction to go, okay, well, you need these 5-6 things that are really going to help you accelerate your enterprise readiness and start working with enterprise customers. So I don't think there's one in the market at the moment, and that's something we're looking at, see if we should enter that space.
Fantastic. And do you think there's kind of a big gap between you've got fantastic creators, but it's the business side that they also need to focus on and enter, like you say, entering the banking world?
Yeah. I think especially for UK and in the financial services B2B fintech space. This is a really interesting question because I think what the pattern I'm seeing is you've got either a tech founder or a business founder and they go, work with the alternative, and that's a good team. But if neither of them have a financial services background, that's what limits them, and I think enterprise readiness starts to help there. But equally, I think we're seeing a pattern that more and more of B2B fintechs in UK are starting to hire ex-bankers, and what basically helps them navigate and understand what the buyer is thinking. So if you look at our team is half is banking experience with startup experience, and the others are scale-up experience and technologists and so forth. So I think that really helps. That really does speed up things. And
is there any panels or seminars that you're interested in seeing today, or are you speaking on one?
We're doing a company demo later today. And that was again came from a customer request actually. So we got a few customers here today, and they were like, "Oh, okay, we're going. Why aren't you on the stage talking about your product?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, didn't realize that was a thing. Let's do it."
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for talking to us, and we wish you luck with the demo. Okay.
Thank you, and thank you for your line of questioning.
Thank you.